mynews.studio.
Picture this: a tiger's paw print in Kazakh sand. After 7 decades, tigers are coming back. But does this mean a new future for the region, or could it stir up old concerns?
Today's date is January 25th, 2026, and between now and June, Kazakhstan will receive 3 or maybe 4 Amur tigers from Russia. It's the first time in over 70 years that a top predator will roam Central Asia. Why is this such a significant moment?
This is actually a milestone in a project that began back in 2024 when 2 tigers arrived from the Netherlands. These new tigers will join them in the Ili-Balkhash State Nature Reserve. The reserve covers more than 415,000 hectares along the Ili River Delta. This is the last intact river delta in Central Asia. It's also where the now extinct Turan tiger used to live.
And the Amur tigers, they're closely related to the Turan tigers, right?
Yes, that's right. Biologists consider the Amur tiger a close genetic match to the Turan tiger, so it's not just a symbolic move. It's a real effort to restore what was lost.
But bringing tigers back isn't as simple as just moving them, is it? What kind of groundwork has been laid?
There's been a lot of preparation. Since 2017, the project, led by WWF and UNDP, has focused on rebuilding the prey base. Over 200 Bukhara deer and 119 kulans have been released since 2018, all with satellite trackers. They've also set up wild boar enclosures, a modern veterinary station, and special tiger enclosures for breeding and for the animals to adapt.
So, it's not just about wildlife. Are local communities involved in any way?
Very much so. Community engagement is at the core. Kazakhstan runs training programs. Russian experts are working with local teams on how to handle potential human-tiger conflicts. The aim is to manage risks like livestock loss, but also to highlight benefits such as ecotourism and job opportunities. There's even a documentary called Jolbaris to raise awareness.
What steps are being taken, specifically, to keep both tigers and people safe?
Specialists from Kazakhstan's Forestry and Wildlife Committee are being trained to prevent and respond to conflicts. The focus is on keeping tigers in the most remote parts of the reserve, away from villages. The reserve's layout is designed to reduce encounters, and there's ongoing communication with local governments and the UNDP to keep communities informed and involved.
How do they monitor the tigers and make sure they're adapting well?
Monitoring is data-based. The tigers, like their prey, will be fitted with satellite collars. The veterinary station is equipped with modern tools, and there's continuous observation by trained specialists. What really matters, though, is whether the tigers start breeding successfully and their young survive. The long-term goal is a self-sustaining population of 50 tigers by 2035.
Is the reserve size, over 415,000 hectares, enough for a healthy tiger population in the long run?
It's a good foundation, but not quite enough for long-term security. Experts estimate that about 5,000 square kilometers are needed for a population of 100 tigers. The prey base is improving, thanks to the deer and kulans already introduced, and wild boar enclosures are in place. But for real success, they'll need even more habitat and more prey animals in the future.
And what about the risk of inbreeding? Is that a concern with such a small starting group?
That's why they're starting with tigers from both the Netherlands and Russia, to maximize genetic diversity. Still, to keep the population healthy, new tigers might need to be brought in as time goes on. The teams from Kazakhstan, Russia, WWF, and UNDP are keeping a close eye on this.
Why does this matter, apart from saving a single species?
Tigers are apex predators. They control herbivore numbers, which stops overgrazing. That helps forests and grasslands recover. Their presence also supports scavengers, like cinereous vultures, Himalayan vultures, and foxes, that depend on tiger kills. So reintroducing tigers benefits the whole ecosystem.
And Kazakhstan has done this sort of thing before, right?
Yes. In 2024, Kazakhstan reintroduced Przalski's horses to the Altyn Dala Nature Reserve, working with Prague Zoo. That showed they can handle ambitious rewilding projects. It's part of why Kazakhstan is becoming a leader in conservation across the region.
What are the biggest challenges ahead?
The biggest issues are the size of the habitat, enough prey, and human-wildlife conflict. Even as the prey base grows, more space and food will be needed to support a stable tiger population. Officials hope that the reserve's remoteness and prey restoration will keep conflicts down, but it's always a risk. And breeding is still unproven. Will the young survive in the wild?
So, what's the long-term vision here?
The immediate goal is to have 50 wild tigers by 2035. The Russian tigers arriving this year will be a major test. If both the Dutch and Russian tigers breed, we could witness the first wild-born tigers in Central Asia in over 70 years.
This is, in a way, reversing extinction right before our eyes. Do you think international partnerships in science can really bring back tigers to a place that lost them for generations?
That's really the central question. If this works, it could become a model for other rewilding projects as biodiversity loss accelerates in other areas.
Kazakhstan isn't just bringing back wildlife. It's changing what extinction means. Thanks for joining us as we explored the return of the Amur tiger. Will they thrive, or will the past repeat itself?
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. You can try it now for free.